everybody, how y'all doing? I I am great. What about you? Today with us we have and I am Emote Kunoj. Today we're going to talk about happy the people who don't walk and don't listen to haters.
Okay. First of all, we're gonna talk about like what could be a hater in different phases of your life. If you're a child, if you're a kid, a hater is a person like if you see the person is bullying other people in school, or like is having a bad behavior, or is really acting like a brat. You don't hang out with this person. You don't become friend with this person. I happy the man who doesn't sit in company of the haters, the who doesn't stop by the way of the sinners. Psalm 1 verse 1. And like if you're a teenager, the hater or the sinner that you don't have to be next to is the person who like for example is trying to initiate you into doing drugs, or like he's trying to put you like to hang with the boys and don't do your studies, don't continue your studies, or like he has a cigarette in his hand and like he's like, hey, do you want to smoke? You won't be really become addicted to it, it won't do anything to you. And he had this type of bad suggestion, and really the person is a bad influence on you if you're a teenager. This is what it means. If you're like an adult, it could be like really the person is trying to give you bad advice. Like for example, go to a nightclub, or like hang with guys like depend on men. Don't be trying to be autonomous yourself, trying to be self-sufficient, or like be financially independent, to always depend on men and stuff like that. Who the person really has a bad influence on you, and this is what a hater would be like if you're an adult.
How to notice if you're beside a bully in school? They will always critique you like your hair is messy. It's okay if this happens once, but if it's keep going every day, it it will be like bullying. And also when you're a teenager or a teen, the all Isabel said that was true. But if you're stealing, if you're if you're not listening to your parents, if if you're you're skipping school, if you're doing all that bad stuff and you know about it, you probably have a not good career when you get older. And and when the police or the government knows you what you're doing, like stealing, and you already get to jail, there are some jobs that you cannot get. There are some places that you cannot go. And what's a bad parents, it's like they don't really care about your your behavior. They really smoke. They teach you how to do some bad things. And also a bad parent is really when your kid is sick and he don't care about you. He go with his boys, he go with his friends or her friends.
Est-ce qu'on peut faire 911 pour les parents là? Qu'est-ce qui peut arriver avec ça?
If you call the police on your parents, you're going to offer places where you don't have parents, and your parents will probably go to jail. And if you have a second parent, you're going to live with them or anybody in your family. But if you don't have anybody in the family to take care of you, you have to go to a centre, a places where they make you clean. They really just adjust you for if your mom or dad have a bad career. They can make you clean some stuff. They can give you pills, drugs. They can even do do the nasty. They can even do the nasty with you. They can also say like a place like you're in jail, but for kids, because there are some places when teenagers are really acting up, and your parents call this place. It just like really motivates you to be a good kid, because the place where you go, it's like you're in jail. You meet some people who is in jail that tell you to not do these things, and yeah.
What do you think, Isabel? I think like for conclusion, some it's all good what Emwood said. It's a kind of complementary to me what I just said in the debut of the video. Psalm 1 verse 1 is like, happy the man who does not walk by the advice of the mean persons, who doesn't stop by the way of the sinners. To me, this is what God commands me to do. This is what He wants you to do, to gain more wisdom, to become wise in your life, and this is how you will become happy. Like Imwood said, like if you don't do this, if you hang out with bad people, and if you always stay with sinners, it will make you unhappy. They will give you bad advice. It will have a bad effect on your life. So this is the commandment that of wisdom that God gave you in Psalm 1 verse 1, to listen to Him and to live a fulfilling life. And really, I think this is a very wise verse. And do you have something to add, Emon?
If you're pregnant like earlier, like in your 14, 15, 16, 18, the things I really suggest you is just keep on going to school. Like, don't listen to the people that judge you, but if you really did it at like for real, if you did an accident to get pregnant at this age, just keep going to school. But if you really wanted to do this and it happened, like, this is a bad thing. And also, when you're like in high school or in general school, go to school. Just like do your work so you can be successful in life, and just don't get like a girlfriend, boyfriend. Just like concentrate to what you're doing in school, because if you hang out with them, like if you're a top student, it will go down and you can be the last at your class. And I suggest you in high school to just keep just working a lot more than all these other grades, but keep working, because in high school it's like you're just after high school, you're done with school, you have to go to cégep, you have to do all that good stuff. You are a prep. After high school, you're a little parent. Like, you have to get a job, you have to work in université, you have to do some stuff really more than high school. So the thing I was trying to tell you guys is just keep going to school, keep working, don't let other people bother you. You just work hard, like working hard pay off. Like if you have good grades, you really being good to school, you can get a job like engineer, pilot, a job that give you good money. But if you're just like skipping school and all the bad stuff when you're in high school, and you're doing like drugs, then when you get in jail, it is most likely to you cannot like you cannot be a pilot, you cannot do some job, and you cannot fly all uh, to some states. What you have to say?
I have to say about that is like when you get pregnant earlier, like your life is all stormy, like is all bouleversé and all of that. Like really, if you were becoming a doctor, you have to stop your studies to take care of the baby. Like for a baby, you need money. You cannot like to take care of it. In modern day societies, raising a child is really like I have a economic dimension on that. So like you don't listen to a bad person who gets you in this situation because like you need to stay in your studies first, get a job first, have a stable financial situation first in life before you have a children. Like you're not gonna be able to take care of it. You're really gonna be in misery. The kindergarten is like $100 per day is really expensive. No, so when God says, "Happy the man who does not walk by the way of the sinners," it's also related to that for the people not to have a bad influence on you, to make you make a bad decision on your life. Okay, so I finished what I was saying. So for you, you're gonna be having a good life if you follow God's advice, if you do as He says in His wisdom.
If your friend tell you like go steal something, there are no cameras. Don't really trust them because
sometimes there is cameras still and you don't see them. They're hidden.
And also, in some places they set up fake cameras, like they are not real cameras, just to let you not steal. If you're stealing, it will not turn them well, because if you're stealing like in the age of 8, 9, 10, 11, you have a bad career, because if you're going to be like the in the 26 and you want to get the job, and then they open up your profile and they see that you still in 2011 example, then you cannot get this job because they do not accept stealers. And also when you have a good job and someone sets you up to go clean a room with a lot of money, then don't steal even 1/4, because they're most likely going to watch you on cameras. And if you steal for a big business, then what happened is that you go to church, and then you have to pay some money for the person who you steal from. And if your like boss tell you to go clean a room with a lot of money, a lot of gold, a lot of everything like diamonds, don't steal them, because if you don't steal it, they're most likely to give you a raise and give you more money. So yeah, what's your mom?
What do you think? I think really stealing like input said, stealing is really a bad advice for someone to give you because like uh say if you like when you're young you can make bad decision because you're more easily influenced by your peers, like your friends. Like if you hang out with bad friends and they tell you to steal stuff, and then the cameras registered you, and like after maybe when you're grown you have changed, you become more mature, you're not really a thief anymore, you're not really like about to steal anything out of the store. But like if you want to become a president, or if you want to become like I don't know, a really a minister, or like say if you want to be president of United States or Canada, whatever, they're gonna say, listen, you're a thief, you cannot you cannot really pass to apply for this title, really claim the title. Your possibilities are reduced. They're gonna put up the cameras here, miss, for example, whatever. You have stolen when you were younger in what, in this store and that store, and like you cannot become a president, or you cannot even like here in Canada. If you do this, you have you can even move to the United States.
Oui. Par exemple, est-ce que si on a volé là, et dès que les petits on va au tribunal, au tribunal quand?
Yes, like if you steal here for a kid, they're not gonna say, okay, it's a kid, and they caught you. They're not gonna say like, hey, it's a kid, we'll let you go. It's okay. Don't do it next time. Really, they're gonna wait for you to grow up, like until you're 18 years old. You're gonna go to the tribunal. You're gonna go to court.
And how to know how to wait a few years. They're going to write this in your profile, and then when you grow up they will just knock at your door and say you're going to church because you stole, so like example, you stole a phone at Walmart and 219. Then you're going to go to the church, going to have a big trouble, and you cannot, like, the jobs you cannot be doing when you're still is like a pilot, like president, mayor, all that good jobs that give you money. You cannot really do it. You have to become a janitor. But I really think that if you're stealing, you should not be a garage seller, because I feel like a garage seller give you good money, and even though you steal, they will give you this job, and I really don't think that's fair.
Et maintenant, et pour les gens qui laissent à l'école, qu'est-ce qu'on peut dire?
Then if
Et
you
les gens qui laissent tôt l'école, Isabelle.
Those school dropouts, I really allow you like to stay in school, because school is your future. It's not anyone who has the luck or the talent to like don't need school to succeed in life. Like in life, really you need for real you need school to succeed. Like don't listen to friends who make you bad decisions, who, like who give you bad advice to like be a school dropout to make more money, because this is ridiculous. Like it's school that is gonna allow you to get a diploma and to make more money. If you just drop out of school to make less money, you're gonna be broke. You're not really. It's not true that you're gonna be rich. Or it's a lie. Okay. So we just answered the another question. If do you have anything to add?
Les gens qui ont laissé l'école tôt, quel conseil on peut nous donner?
So really, my advice for the people who are school dropouts, I advise you to go back in school. Don't listen to your friends. It's not gonna be make you rich. It's not true. You're gonna like you want money earlier, but like it's gonna be really a less amount of money than if you stay at school a little bit longer and like get an actual job. It's to me, I think it's really a good advice to give the person. What do you think, Imrud?
I think that it's not literally like you're going to be poor if you drop out of school, but I know some people that get a break from school to get some money to help like her mother who has cancer, and then they go back to school with their little jobs and make money and study at the same time.
La question, on va lire Heureux l'homme qui ne marche pas selon les conseils des méchants pour en tirer d'autres et d'autres sujets. Continue to read.
Okay. I think but who find his pleasure. The rest of the verse is but who find his pleasure in the law of it the God and who meditated day and night.
Qu'est-ce qui peut faire la joie des parents?
For you to succeed
Comment,
in life, for you to graduate, for you to not get pregnant at a really young age, to be a good kid, to listen to them.
ok. C'est comme ça on peut récompenser les parents là.
How to recompense them when you get like a good job, you can give them money if they need it, or you can just like if they're really old, then you have a house, you can just like invite them to live with you, and yeah.
Et si ça ne marche pas, est-ce que les parents vont être contents? Les parents aiment toujours les enfants.
It will be sometimes to them to come down. They'll be super mad of you at you if you're not succeeding, not literally succeeding, but like you skip school and you have really bad grades and you redo like a class like multiple times. That will like make them mad, but they will still love you. They will just at us at a time they will just like forgive you, and yeah.
Comment on peut utiliser le pays, notre pays d'origine et le pays adoptif dans l'avenir?
Like I saw and TikTok that a girl that was about to graduate and she just like wears her drapo, like she was NBA I think, and she was wearing her drapo, and that can really help. That also donating to your real pay real pay, and when you're like living in the United States or Angeles or Canada, like the places where you don't really where you're bored, but it's not really your pay, then just live with it, just spend your life with it, and when you're older and when you have enough money to go and travel, do it, and go to your own place who you belong to.
Ok, Isabelle, comment on peut utiliser notre connaissance ou bien notre potentiel ou bien notre argent et dans 10 ans, 15 ans, 20 ans en faveur de nos pays d'origine?
Maybe like get a diploma here, like in something important like medicine, a lawyer, a nurse, and then go back to to exercise in your country, because like the problem here is because when you emigrate from, let's say, Haiti to Canada, you don't have like, even though you were a lawyer, you were anything, you were like a doctor or you were a nurse, you can't exercise in this country. But the reverse is possible, so that's what I would answer the question. That this is out.
And how to save up. Like in my school, we have a little system for the fourth graders. Like you have a little bank, they make you a bank, and a bank, they just like give you a paper with like, if you want to economize for when you're older, like you can be like, I want every month my kid have $3.50, $1, or you can just really save up, so you can donate to your pays, or you can just go to your pays.
Quelle responsabilité on a envers nos propres enfants dans l'avenir?
I really, for me, the things I want them to be is like, I want them to complete school. I don't really want them, I don't care what job they want to be, because that don't bother me. And I will not be like, no, you're a girl, you cannot do this. No, you're a boy, you cannot do this. And I always encourage them to do whatever they want, good things to be exact. And for me, what my kids need to learn is really like respect, love, and do good at school. And when they need help, they talk and they say it. Or when something happened to school, they say what happened to school.
Isabelle.
I already answered the question.
Et quelle responsabilité tu as envers tes enfants?
My responsibilities that I have in my is to make sure that they have a future in life, that they're gonna be stable, that they're gonna be financially independent, and that they will not like depend on anybody, whether they're a girl or they're a man, especially if they're a girl, to know that like they can't, like you would said, tells you what to do, because like we're in 21st century, they can't tell you what to do because you're a girl or a boy anymore.
Ok. Est-ce que tu vas, Isabelle, est-ce que tu vas, par exemple, est-ce que tu vas encourager tes enfants à immigrer? Quelles sont les conséquences de l'immigration et quelles sont les conséquences de l'immigration et quels sont les avantages de l'immigration? Par exemple, est-ce que tu vas encourager à tes enfants de marcher partout dans le monde? Est-ce qu'on doit laisser nos racines?
No. For me, like, you cannot, for me, the rule I will get to my kids is not go to some pays that are really dangerous, that they are insecure about. But for me, really, what's teaching me is like, you go to your pay that your parents are in, and to not go to somewhere that really dangerous, that really not good.
La vie va être facile ou bien non, c'est difficile quand on est immigrant, quand on va être immigré?
It will be hard and easy at the same time. Hard is because like you don't know what happened. Like you can go to New York and boom, there's a explosion, someone robs you, someone aggress you. And the good thing is like if you go to somewhere you know, and you've been to somewhere you go easily, like you know what happened, you watch it, you know where to go, who is safe. You know, like if you go somewhere you already go, like it's more likely going to be safe because you know where is everybody. And I'm not saying to not go somewhere you don't have to, you don't know. I'm just saying be careful.
Est-ce qu'on peut se séparer de nos parents, on dit frères, sœurs? Est-ce qu'on doit être soudés dans un pays où on est étranger?
No, but like
Yes. What? No. Okay.
wait. No, because if you go somewhere, me personally, I will always think of somewhere where my family is, but it's like the culture. Like if you're like not, if your culture, si votre, if your ta religion is like you cannot stay like super together, but it's like depends. But for my culture, it's like we have to stay together. But you can go like IT and your sister stay to Canada, but it will always the place you go. Just make sure they are always a little bit of your family and the place you're going to be like safe, to not be like scared, to not be like who is this, who is that, what is this, to be like comfortable.
Isabelle, qu'en penses-tu?
I say like you can move out, maybe like trying to stay in one place, but like say here where I live out, if there is a problem in your country, like insecurity or like you don't like the weather or anything, you can try to move, but stay like in your environment that you know that for example the other Asian people like you or other people your nationality who speaks your language. Don't separate too much from your country, but it's still a little bit okay to move out.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, share, and click to the post notification if you stay this video this whole time. We really thanking you because it's like a really passion to be like staying on a video. Today we're going to try to reach 5 likes, or no, your guys are killing the likes. 10 likes. We're going to try. Bye, good night or good morning. Bye.
Bye. God bless you.
God bless you.